Sadoy. I don't want to do it all by myself.
Thing is like the head wrap wasn't.
You know I'm codependent though. I am. I admit my codependency. It's you all. I'm not codependent. I'm going to do everything I can to prove I'm not. And I'm like, I am. I need my chitlins. Period.
Take some notes.
Because you going to learn today.
Write you in so you're able to absorb the energy of the room.
Yeah, so you can experience your mother realizing a dream. Like, you have entrepreneurial ventures and things you want to do. You see Aisha over here. Aisha, these are my children. This is Angel, my 12-year-old, and this is Adoy, my 19-year-old. So you'll hear me reference them all the time. Is that?
You might have to
Put it on the ground.
She's like,
are you gonna take notes? Yeah, you can. That chair right there. If you're not gonna participate and be on camera, you can sit in that chair. Otherwise, you can sit in that chair if you're gonna be on camera.
Yeah.
I say no kids on camera.
She can stay off camera. I just want you to observe your mother in her glory.
There we go.
Right.
We're on the same page about it.
Yes, because I'm doing something.
So I'm gonna hit this go live, and then I'm starting out with your video intro. That's gonna be 15 seconds to get yourself together.
Okay.
Once I point at you, you are live. The camera is directly on you. You are set to go.
Okay.
Make sure everything's good.
All right. Hey, I'm so happy you guys are here with me.
And then I'll also give you we'll send you the Facebook Live or whatever.
Okay.
Today or later.
Awesome. Oh, I don't even need a whiteboard anymore. What's good? What's good? What's good? Like, really geeked up. What's up? I am Lonnie Appleton, and welcome to the very first episode of Pen and Paper, period, because you're going to learn today. Who am I? Why are we here? What's the objective? Like I said initially, I am Lonnie Appleton, and I am a healthy advocate. I am here to advocate for the healthy deconstruction and reconstruction of our homes, because I think we're at least to a point where we know what's been working ain't really been working. I'm also a financial literacy coach, so I teach people how to manage their finances and get their financial house in order. I also am a life insurance rep, so life insurance is the quickest way to build generational wealth, and I believe in the work that I do, so it's going to flow in and out of everything that I do. You can follow me on the following social medias. Now, look, I am an old lady who got her hands on new technology. So I got a lot of handles right now, but I'm going to get it together. But right now, you can follow me on YouTube, Lonnie Appleton Live, soon to be Pen and Paper, period. But I wanted to keep it that way for this episode since all the marketing material said that. You can follow me on Twitch and Facebook, Lonnie Appleton. I don't know what they're doing with TikTok. I ain't gonna let them hold me captive. But if you Google Lonnie Appleton, you'll find me wherever I'm at. LonnieLifestyle.com is the hub. I host online and in-person events that have the express objective to build sisterhood, community, network, and tribe. So if you ever see me out here putting an event out there, know that the only reason why I'm putting that event on is for us to come together in sisterhood and brotherhood, to build tribes so our like-minded children can grow together and recreate a networking opportunity so that we could keep the dollar black and brown as long as possible. So I'm not out here for self-gain. You can support through purchasing my book, What's the Best That Can Happen? My ascension, my awakening, my becoming started with this book. I wrote it in 2013. So if you are in the infancy of your becoming and you're like, yo, how do I get a hold of my thoughts? How do I get a hold of my mouth? How do I conquer all of these different things? Right here. I scoured the web if there was a web in 2013. I scoured the web for you so you don't have to do it yourself. These are the tips and these are the techniques I use to heal myself and become the individual that is being introduced to you right now. And I'm a pretty dope human, and I know you have that potential. Pick up what's the best that can happen. You can also donate directly to my Cash App, Lonnie Appleton. I am always here for the donations. Got to keep this party going. All right. Those who speak this particular frequency, just know we are assembling. We've been searching for each other, and we are finding each other through the Sister Support Network, which is something I'm also creating. TBD, I think. Live shows will be recorded every third Sunday at 4 p.m. Mountain Standard Time with the goal to produce a weekly show. But as Budget says today, we are doing it once a month. But I will also always look at my social media as the apple turns. I'm dropping content. I can't stop this gift. So now I'm podcasting it. I'm writing it in books. I'm putting out videos. I'm doing everything. I cannot stop this gift. So it's always producing. So just LonnieLifestyle.com is going to keep you connected. All right. Show will consist of 3 primary segments centered around faith, family, and finance. Those of you who are familiar with me, you know that that's what I talk about. I talk about God. I don't specify y'all's God. But when I talk about God, I talk about the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Now, as long as you know the Most High, we good. We glorify it. Family, my family is everything, and it's all that I live for. So 3 generations from now, I need to make sure my family's okay. So we're always talking about family. And then finances. Finances is a new piece. I'm getting my financial world together, and we gonna get this wealth. We ain't talking about it, we being about it. And I'm taking everybody with me who has the aptitude to come. So with that said, let's link into our first segment. And we are going to be talking about faith. Is this a helpmate or an indentured servant? Let's get into it. Let's watch a video.
All right, so I got about as long as probably about the 15-minute mark.
Yeah.
I'm gonna hit you with a.
Okay, so we can transition.
And I'm gonna drop and I'm gonna do your intro again for a commercial spot.
Okay.
When we come back, you got your next 15 minutes.
Okay. So you're
I'm
gonna
hit you
point
with
at me
at 15 minutes.
to wrap it up.
So if you can look up there in the corner, 5 minutes, 40 seconds, that's what you've been online.
Oh, I see it. Yeah. Okay, boom. I was looking for the timer.
Yep. So I'm gonna hit you with a 15, and then I'm gonna play your video intro again, so that way you have a commercial space. So that way you have your break for a commercial to kind of get gather yourself, and then keep on.
All right.
30 seconds.
And then also throughout, you might see me do that. You might see me do this.
Yeah. Hi.
And it's just me. Whatever comments drop in, I'll show them.
Okay.
You got 15 seconds.
All right, so I came across their video yesterday, and I left a comment, and I'll call them the New Agers, the never probably been marrieders. You know, they want to come for me and they say, oh, here comes another one. But here comes another one, because when I watched that video, I was just like, when does sis, if she's doing all this living for him, does she have time for her? And when I'm looking at this young lady, first I'm looking at their fingers, and no one in the video is married. So this is all theory of being his helpmate, because you are not his helpmate until he is your husband. Okay, so they're not even qualified to have this conversation based on the presentation. So now we have to pay attention to who is disseminating this information. There's someone who has the aptitude and the ability and the knowledge and the background to be able to tell you, sis, how are you going to do all those things for him? Hair did, nails did, body banging, so you found time for you and to live for him? So I ask, is this being his helpmate, or is this indentured servitude? And I wanted to get into Ephesians 5:21-33. It says, submit to one another out of reverence for Christ. Wives, submit yourself to your own husbands as you will do to the Lord. For the husband is the head of the wife as Christ is the head of the church, his body, of which he is the Savior. Now, as the church submits to Christ, so also wives should submit to their husbands in everything. Husbands, love your wives just as Christ loved the church and gave himself up for her, to make her holy, cleansing her by the washing with water and through the word, and to present her to himself as a radiant church, without stain or wrinkle or any other blemish, but holy and blameless. In this same way, husbands ought to love their wives as their own bodies. Should love their wives as their own bodies. So first of all, if he's not treating his body as his temple, how is he treating his wife? He who loves his wife loves himself. After all, no one ever hated their own body, but they feed and care for their body, just as Christ does the church. For we are members of his body. For this reason, a man will leave his father and mother and be united to his wife, and the two will become one flesh. This is a profound mystery, but I am talking about Christ and the church. However, each one of you also must love his wife as he loves himself, and the wife must respect her husband. I chose that particular group of scripture because there's a lot of scripture that talks about submission being, his helpmate, that and them some. But I like this particular group of scripture because it says, men, you must love your wife as you love yourself, and wives, you must respect your husband. Love and respect are two different things. So that's something to be explored, but not to be explored in this context, because we have a limited amount of time. And the point that I want to make before we get into any other points is, yes, you are to be his helpmate, but he is to be your helpmate as well. Too many of our women find ourselves so imbalanced in lives because we are a slave to our men, because the society creates an unrealistic expectation. If you look at the age group and the marital status of the people in this video, the young lady who's watching the video is also an unmarried woman watching this video of a demonstration of a not married couple, of what it is to be married. And then when this woman goes into this relationship and she becomes a wife, she's trying to maintain these unrealistic standards. I, as a wife, am in a space where I am being asked to be held to particular standards that are unrealistic. Well, you're not doing what all the other wives do. Well, let's go take a poll of those wives and see how many of those wives are miserable. Because if my plate is full of you, when can I fit myself on my plate? And now we add children. If my plate, y'all know I can't, well, y'all don't know I can't spell, but I can't. So y'all going to get caught on the spelling, you're going to get this lesson. If my plate is filled with you and children, when do I have time for myself? So you have to understand these unrealistic expectations that are coming through in unrealistic, hypothetical places are setting our young ladies up for failure. That is what you must understand. Yes, you must be everything to him, but he must be everything to you. At no point did he ask her about her day. At no point did he see what she had going on. At no point did he check in with her, but she busy checking in with him. And her reward for him is her body. That just don't make sense to me. If you're not checking in for me, how am I checking in for you? And how am I getting wet enough to give you my body? Like, that don't make sense to me. Because y'all come into these relationships and these marriages with these unrealistic expectations. And when your woman comes to you and says, babe, I know I came in on this because this is the information that I've been on TikTok and YouTube, and they told me this is a helpmate. So I wanted to help you, boo. But you also have to understand that these are ideal circumstances. He's the perfect man. She is not in front of us, but she's getting everything she needs. We just don't see it in that video. So if she's getting everything that she needs, understand a happy wife is a happy life. I need y'all to understand that, men, if there's men within earshots. If you are with a man, make sure you broadcast my voice so he hears it. A happy wife is a happy life because a woman wants nothing more than to please her man. When I commented on the page and some guy came and he's a coach, that's funny. Good luck to his clients. But he's a coach in these streets, and he's like, oh, here's another one. Yeah, here's another one, and here's another motherfucker that can't mind his business and keep scrolling. Like, look, I'm married. Are you married, coach dude? I am fighting for my marriage right now because the wife's not happy. What about you, coach dude? What are you doing? So when I come into this and I say this isn't realistic, can we take some wisdom? Or are we so not idealistic but delusional that you know something about something you ain't even living? I'm living it.
Okay, so here's my question to you though.
Yeah.
What happens if she's a stay-at-home partner? He makes all the money. Her situation, what she's portraying, it is ideal. She can definitely do that because she ain't doing nothing else all day but sitting at home.
Well, that's what people think. But now I don't know. Did you have an interjection?
I mean,
because boom, 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 boom.
Like,
but let me hit you, sis.
They might be like, okay, well, I stay at home. I don't work. My man take care of everything. We've been together for 20 years. We're not married, but he's still taking care of the house. All I gotta do is do what I gotta do.
And that's the non-productive physical world stay at home, which I used to be. If you are sitting home doing nothing, then you have nothing else to do than do for him.
Right.
But when God laid it down for Adam and Eve, he said, Eve, labor pains. Adam, let me finish.
I saw a video on good old TikTok.
Yeah, did they give you something?
That particular part, Adam and Eve.
Yes. So
they
she
said,
should, go ahead.
What if men, Adam,
yeah,
he lied so well that he told God Eve ate the apple, and that's why the men got the Adam's apple stuck in their throat.
They really ate it and not her.
Because he really ate it and not her, right?
It could be the okie doke. But let me finish my point, because this is important, because we want to stay on topic. I ain't going to let you pull me. I'm going to stay strong, sis. But Eve is the birther of ideas. She is to experience the labor pains and the birthing of ideas. So the Eve who is in her song, Proverbs 31 energy, she is building businesses. She ain't laid up doing nothing. She is laid up with her plate. She's laid up birthing ideas so that Adam can then go out and work the ideas. So she ain't laid up doing nothing. She's giving birth to ideas. Right now, it would be perceived that I'm laid up doing nothing because I work when I want to work and I do what I want to do. But understand that I am creating a legacy for my family. It appears that I'm sitting at home doing nothing, but because I got the cooking and the cleaning off of my plate, I have the mental space that I could conceptualize and come up with an idea like pen and paper, period, so I could get this information out here. So if you have the physical world, non-productive, stay at home, and she is not doing her duty to birth so that she can progress her family, I bet you Barack and Michelle lay up, and Michelle is giving him all kinds of ideas for him to go out and execute. I bet you, what are some other great couples? I don't know, but whatever they are, I bet you she in his ear feeding him all kinds of great ideas for him to go out and execute, because she is to birth the ideas, he is to work the ideas. That is the stay at home. She needs that freedom. I need these kids to become independent. I need my husband to be able to at least iron his own clothes so I can have the mental space to come up with our next, because our next is the elevation and the progression of our family. So that would be my response. I was the stay at home who wasn't doing nothing. And yeah, why aren't you cooking and cleaning? Because I'm a terrible cook. That's why. And when I clean, I feel like a maid, because when I'm done cleaning, they're right behind me dirtying up. So I taught them how to clean up after themselves so I could get them off of my plate. But unbeknownst to me, when I was getting my family off of my plate, I was freeing myself to begin to give birth. So we have to clear ourselves enough of the busy so that we can become purposeful. But we're so busy, we don't have time to become purposeful and actually start elevating our family, which is what we actually should be doing. The women, like, let's think about it. I ain't never seen no tribe in Africa, but I bet you those women are over there doing some amazing things. They're not just running behind men. And the progress within there's plenty of queendoms. I am reading 51 Black heroes, and the first 3 heroes they introduced were women queens. The book started with women who ran queendoms. And now we're getting into the men, but it starts with the women. So for them to move in an energy that women ain't been running stuff, women don't have the capacity to run things. We must sit at home and do nothing while he goes out and goes and builds somebody else's dream. Well, babe, you go and build somebody else's dream. And while you're building somebody else's dream for us to maintain this physical reality, I'm going to be off birthing something freaking amazing so that we can jump into freedom. Another social class, another tax bracket. I did a lot just to live this here lifestyle. I did a lot to live this lifestyle. They did what they needed to do to change their reality. And I believe that's what the woman should be doing. So to tie this up, I believe to be his helpmate, to be his peace, he must be your helpmate. He must be your peace. Whatever load you need him to carry so that you can carry the load. I have my whole family on my back. But guess what? My husband has our whole family on his back. My husband is tilling the earth. He is working his present reality to keep a roof over our head so that I can now come do pen and paper, period, every 3rd Sunday, so that I can now sit and write books. What's the best that can happen? So that I can now produce content, so that I can now host events. Make sure you're checking LoneeLifestyle.com so you can see what events I'm hosting. I do virtual and in person, so that I can now start building my Primerica business. I'm always looking for new business partners so you can join in. And if you truly believe there's a way to escape this, I believe God placed something in front of me that we can use to escape. Because I have people that I work directly with who have escaped, and it's their job because their family eats on our ability to escape. When you go to a job, they pay you a piece of the pie. No matter how hard you work, that's your piece of the pie. But with the route that I'm taking, however hard I work, that's what I eat. And the people above me, not the CEOs at the company, they don't care if you can feed your family. But the people above me, my ability to feed my family means they could feed their family. So it's a good look, y'all. So I got time to say, yo, do you have health insurance? Do you have car insurance? Do you got insurance on your cell phone? Okay, cool. Why? Oh, because they make you. Do you have insurance on yourself? Because you may never use that car insurance. You may never use that cell phone insurance. You may never, whatever the 3rd insurance I mentioned. But that life insurance, you're going to catch that ticket. And if you are under a properly structured life insurance policy, then your family, your children that you love so much, you just left legacy. That's what I do. My husband provides me with that opportunity as a stay-at-home mom. No, I'm not just laying up. Those days are behind me. I work dang near 24 hours a day. I don't sleep. I take naps. I don't believe in time. Time just runs. When I go to sleep, my longest nap is for 7 to 8, maybe 5, maybe 4 hours. But when I get up, when my alarm goes off, I'm like, oh, time to start another day. No, it's a time to continue. Time is an illusion. It's time to continue. And my husband being willing to toil the land for the past 2 to 3 years is the reason why I get to live this way. So when I watch videos like this and he's just, oh, I'm over at the job, it's a lot of pressure on me. Well, don't you worry, babe, I got everything else. Well, if you got all his busy work, because his only responsibility is to go to work. Like, dude, that's asinine. But his only responsibility is to go to work. He ain't got to do nothing else but come home and lay pipe. If he laying pipe, depending on the money he make, the pipe is less. I'm just saying, sometimes the pipe overruns the money, but the money overruns the pipe. So you're lucky to have both. Some of us are lucky to have both. All right. So I don't remember what that means. Because I got to wrap it up. So that's the point, y'all. I do believe it is possible to be a helpmate, but it goes both ways. Because as the scripture says, do unto others as they do unto you. In Jesus' name. Can you sit there? Yeah. But sit like you're on camera. All right, y'all. We are in need of sponsors, and I get it. We're once every 3 weeks or every third week of the month. The frequency will increase as the sponsorship increases. And as you see, this is a beautiful thing. I hope you guys have learned something. If I had a horn, boop, 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 I would do the horn to let you know that I'm sure y'all done learned something today from the Pen and Paper Period podcast. So we are always looking for sponsors. If you are looking for a podcast to get behind because you see the vision, most people wait until, hey, Adri, how you doing? But most people wait until something takes off before they get behind it. People want to act like they're forerunners, but they're really followers. Because if you wait until someone tells you to pay attention, you already behind the line. So you don't get to pretend that you're an innovator when you're not. I think it's time for us all to stop falling into the lies that they told us. I think it's time for us to wake up a little bit more than the people who are chicken littling out here. The sky is falling. God dang it, we've known the sky is falling. I've been knowing that the sky is falling for the past 3 years. That's why I create my As the Apple Turns content on YouTube, and I create my As the Apple Turns content on TikTok, and now you'll be starting to see the Pen and Paper Period content coming out. Because we know the sky is falling. What are you going to do about it? I know, but you got to tune in to find out. I know how to solve these problems that we all see coming. But we have to understand, if we see it coming, we don't have time to react when it's here. So if you see the vision and you have you're a business, no small businesses here. You're a business, you see the vision, and you know if you get your name attached to this vehicle, when this vehicle finally get the fuel it needs, your name's attached to it, and you know how people be following. Let me come to your restaurant, eat your food, and give you a review. Yeah, it's just a few pieces of chicken, just a few whatever. Just let me experience what you got to offer, and let me go refer it. And then when this vehicle take off, well, Lonnie said, I'm just saying, it's just good business. We're moving into our second segment, family. We already did faith, being his helpmate. Now we going into family. Mom, what happened to your hobbies? Yesterday I was at a dinner. I was at a dinner for one of my new good friends. Excuse me, she is my son's teacher. The story, which I won't tell, but it's really a cool one, how my first son ended up in her classroom. But I'm sorry, my story starts with my second son ending up in her classroom. So this woman is my children's son, but was my oldest son's teacher, and now is my youngest son's teacher. I love that because she's a black woman. So my children went from me to her. So my children didn't go from the tutelage of a black woman, because there's a difference. There's differences in all areas. Like, I'm in areas where I'm co-mingling with other races and I'm watching them. Like, they don't think I'm watching them, but I'm watching everybody in the room. And I'm studying how everybody's moving in the room. And I notice when there's non-black people in the room, they move a little different. I've noticed. Now, I don't know why they move differently. Maybe it's because they're the only one in the room. But I've noticed they move differently. So it was good to see my sons go from my tutelage to another black woman. And now knowing this woman personally, her military background. So when you guys are opening these schools, your fundamental teachers need to be some teachers with some foundation, because the behavior issues that you're dealing with in these classrooms results from the home. Of course, we understand, but when we send them into these schools, we have to determine if this is going to be the school to prison pipeline, or if this is going to be the evolution that our community needs. So you need to make sure that your foundational teachers got a motherfucking backbone. Miss A got a backbone. She has a military background. She's raised a family, had, married till the end. Her husband's no longer with us, but, she's got some things that she could transfer into these babies. So I befriended her. God told me I'm in her life to make her laugh. I do pay attention to her different laughs. I know she laughs a little heartier with me. I love you, Miss A. But, we're out celebrating her, and I'm sitting next to my fellow friend and sister, and we're talking about the book club. And I'm like, sis, my heart was in it when I joined the book club. It was. But I cannot read this book. I don't have time. And now we go back from busy to purposeful. I am so filling my time with being purposeful that I don't have time to do busy stuff. I don't have time to watch K-dramas, and I miss my K-dramas. I try to fit them in. I don't have time to read subtitles right now, but I don't have time. I don't have time to do anything that is not birthing my vision. But I'm talking to sis, and she's like, girl, I'm about to start the third book. And she was like, the things that you're doing, the main character in the second book is doing what you're doing. I was like, I see you guys keep trying to tempt me back into this series, but I just can't find the time. I made it to chapter 9, and I was very proud of myself. I'm not going to diminish my win that I managed to read a book to chapter 9 because I didn't finish the book. I made it to chapter 9. That's a win. A win is a win. And so, but she's just talking, and she's like, you know what? I haven't been able to read in a long time. But she said, I'm on the third book. She was like, now, I have been able to read bigger books like Harry Potter, 1,000-page books. So she was like, I'm able to chop a book up and read it over the year. But she was like, for the first time in a very long time, I've been able to sit down and read. So much so that I'm on the third book. And I'm like, yo, sis, what happened to your hobbies? And I want to reflect that question back to you. Mom, wife, what happened to your hobbies? Go-getter, student, young lady who's trying to conquer the world, but nobody gave you the tools to do it. What happened to your hobbies? Because we have to understand our hobbies are our self-love, our self-care. The things that we like to tinker and do, we call it a hobby, but if we actually realize that was self-love, that was self-care. I talked to the sis in the conversation continued on, and she said in the second book, sis is dating herself. She's like, I'm going to start dating myself. I'm just not going to call it that. I was like, sis, do you understand you buying that dress for yourself was dating yourself? You putting on a little makeup, making those eyes pop. I did not know she had those eyes on her. The eyes. I didn't know she had those eyes, but I was like, you got yourself beautiful, sis. You're dating yourself already. You have to understand every moment of your life when you choose to dress the way that you feel good, cleaning your body, taking care of your body, moving your body, combing your hair, getting your whatever it is, driving what you want to drive, eating what you want to eat, but you eating for your body. As it said, nobody Ephesians, it says nobody, what does it say? It says, after all, no one ever hated their own body, but they feed and care for their body just as Christ does the church. You see how I didn't even know why I picked this verse, but God did? That's what you're dealing with over here. Stop playing with it. You've been praying for it, but have you prepared for it? Because if you prepared for it, then you know what's in your face right now. Tell everybody about Pen and Paper Period podcast. Tell everybody about Lonee Appleton. Tell everybody that the way has been found, because we're finding it right now. And if you find it right now, it's going to be real more beneficial. I know that ain't proper English, but it's going to be real more beneficial to find it now than to find it later. Because the people that find it with me have direct connect to me. People who find it later because they watching in the sea, y'all gonna have to watch your recording. Like some of y'all on this live right now, what's good, make yourself known. But some of y'all, hey Jasmine, oh, my girls in the house, how y'all doing? I love y'all. These my new friends, y'all. Jasmine, make sure you let the community know your business. Adri, she does taxes. Let the people know who you are. Don't be silent in the chat room. The chat room is another place for us to connect and become one. We want to build this tribe, but we sit in silent because you guys are following me. You guys are coming together for me, but y'all got to come together for y'all. I'm just the bridge. I'm just the glue. I ain't the glue because I'm about to bounce up out of all these relationships, and y'all got to be able to keep going without me. I used to be in a group chat, and every time I went quiet, because I was studying, I just didn't know I was studying, but I was like, I'm just going to be quiet and see if they talk to each other. I used to study to see if these chicks talk to each other. I was like, no, I have a relationship here and I have a relationship here. Now, we all came together because we all had our individual relationships, but the relationship that they had within me was stronger than the relationship they had within each other. And so you got to pay attention to those imbalances within your relationships and within your friend groups, because you want to make sure everybody within the group has a strength in their relationship, because you don't want anybody to lean in any particular direction. Everybody has to have value. Jasmine doesn't talk as much as Adri and I. But Jasmine prays her butt off. I don't know if you listened to my 50 voice messages, Jasmine, but I told you, if Adrian and I ever volley to you and we say, sis, lead us out in prayer, that is your time to shine, because that is your gift from God. You have many gifts from God, I'm sure, but that's the one that has been shown to me. And I was like, this is sis's gift. I don't have to make up no prayer. Sis is just about to drop one on us, and she gonna bless us, and we gonna move on. So just know, I'm here to help us unlock our spiritual gifts, things we take for granted, things that we don't even know is behind the surface. So hopefully, or ideally, this podcast will move into a space of, first, y'all need to understand I ain't never gonna stay on topic, but we gonna always be on topic. But also, I need you guys to understand that this is a place that y'all can ask me questions. This is a place that I'm going to bring guests on. This is a place that we can do healing, live healing, like just having conversations. Because if we're willing to tell our story in a way that lets other people hear our story, we can't heal in the dark no more. Why? Because I got to learn from you. And I can't learn from you if you're doing it privately. I must study you, sis, so I can learn from you past, present, and future. We're helping each other. Just because I'm 40-something years old don't mean I'm not learning from this 19-year-old sitting next to me. Don't mean I'm not learning from this 12-year-old sitting next to me. So we have to get out of our own way and understand that what happened to your hobbies, sis, because hobbies is self-care. We cannot busy ourselves, especially, and we're going back to our plate that is no longer a plate, but it's a pregnant belly. But we go back to our plate, and if we got our children and our spouses and our jobs and our everything else on our plate, when do we have time for ourselves? So when we try to even be in self-care, I be too impatient. I'm sitting here getting my nails done, looking at this lady like, can you please hurry up? Because I would rather be doing nothing. Nothing, absolutely nothing. Doing nothing is doing something. When y'all interrupt my nothing, it bothers me. I look at my phone and I'm saying, so is calling. I got to answer my phone. I have to be a friend. This is the work of being a friend. You're interrupting my nothing and I still have to be there for you. Because I want this friendship. True selfishness is selflessness. I want this friendship. So dang it, you're interrupting my me time. Because doing nothing is beautiful to me. I would rather do nothing all day. That's why I got to get this Primerica some money so I can do nothing all day and still get paid. But I love doing nothing all day. But as soon as you call, I know you're calling me for a reason. So I must make myself available to you because I want this relationship. And you have to want yourself to be okay. A sis called me and she told me that she's been diagnosed with cancer. I said, sis, what does your your plate look like? And she was like, I'm doing this for my kids, and I'm doing this for my kids, and I'm doing this for my kids, and I'm doing this for my kids. And I'm like, sis, can I ask some questions? I just want to ask some questions. If you're doing all this for your kids, when do you have time to do for you? Because the energetic vibration, because my same sis, she said, I'm going to beat this, I'm going to live. And I said, you are, sis, but let me give you the cheat code. You got to have time for you. The energetic vibration necessary for you to heal yourself will have people calling you selfish. Do you know how many people call me selfish? Hell yeah, I'm selfish, I'm healing. The energetic vibration that it takes for me to heal me, to understand me, and not only understand me, but to understand you. I'm healing you. So the energetic vibration necessary for me to do that, I can't do your laundry, do your own. I can't cook your dinner, cook your own. I can't iron your clothes, iron your own. I can't do any of that stuff for you because I'm purposeful, I'm not busy. I have no time for busy. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. But when this wealth starts coming in, when this money starts coming in, guess what? You'll be thanking me. Oh, okay. I understand what you were saying, Mom. I understand what you were saying, babe. When I was comparing you to everyone else's wives, I understand what you're saying. Yeah, and those wives are still cleaning their shitty drawers. And we got that FU money that if we wanted to, but we're not going to pollute the earth anymore. But we got that FU money if we wanted to. We could just go buy new underwear every day of the year. If we choose to wear them, okay? So what I'm saying is, you have to be able to vibrate at a frequency. Your hobbies are your lifeblood. And don't get married to a hobby because a hobby is teaching you something. I'm going to pop this podcast until I get bored and I'm going to learn what I'm supposed to learn and then I'm going to move on and do something else because that's how I move. People want to tell me you're bouncing from thing to thing to thing. Yes, because I'm learning. I can't learn from one thing. I cannot learn what God wants me to learn in this lifetime from one thing. Sis, what happened to your hobbies? You get stuck in a hobby. Yes, you're creative. It feeds your soul. It fed your soul. Can you admit to yourself that just because you change your medium, it's not feeding you? People are like, why did you stop woodworking? If you've never seen my art, check out Lonee Taylor Art on Instagram. Why did you stop doing art? You were amazing. I was innovator. I created genres in that if they give me my credit, I created genres. I'm creating genres right now. I'm creating a genre in podcast. I'm creating a genre in video. I'm creating a genre. Everything I do, I'm a trailblazer. I don't follow anybody. I don't watch TV. I don't scroll my timeline. I don't do anything. I don't read books. I'm a fucking innovator because I'm connected to source and source tells me what to do. I come and I trailblaze, and then I move on. I'm not a quitter. I'm a learner. And we learn from our hobbies, and right now my hobby is this pen and paper period podcast. I hope you're enjoying it. I hope you're learning something today. Add into the comments and let us know what you're learning from this. I know that I'm being effective by your feedback. If I don't get any feedback, I don't know I'm being effective. And then I'm just another charlatan out here running my mouth. And I don't want to run my mouth. I want to help us live. I want to help us thrive. I want to help us reach our highest potential. I am here. Shahira. Hey, Shahira. I'm here for us. I'm here to see us win. Y'all need to understand that. So many people say it, but I fucking mean it. Adrian, no. Jasmine, no. My daughter's sitting right here. They know. Aisha, I think I done proved to you that I'm trying to see you win. So I'm trying to see us win. So I know we're so skeptical, right? We were bred to be enemies. Sis against sis, brother against brother, sis against brother. Adrian and I are working right now to create spaces where we get men and women together so we can have these real conversations. Damon, you hear me? We trying to create spaces where we can get men and women together and have these real conversations. So I think that's something we could partner in, because that's what y'all do over here. You create spaces. So let's get together and use our resources to create spaces so that we can finally have these conversations, because yes, you can't be his helpmate. You need to be his helpmate. You need to be. When me and my husband got together, I would move left and he would move right. Like it was like some Neo type shit. Like, and now we can't even have a conversation. And I understand why we can't have a conversation, because I've ascended to the moon, Alice. I'm out of here, so I get it. I understand why we can't speak anymore. But it's because I was allowed to get all that stuff off of my plate. I was allowed to invest the energy to find myself and search for myself through hobbies. So when sis said, I'm able to read, it's not for you to get lost in the books. It's for you to understand that you freed yourself enough that you can read for pleasure again. It's not for you to get caught up in any of it. It's to see the skill that's being taught to you. I tell this to my students all the time. I'm a substitute teacher. I'm not going to tell you what I really tell my students, because I'll probably be never allowed in the classroom again. But what I do tell them is, school teaches you a skill. You're not here to learn this school stuff. You're here to use the school to teach you a skill. You know, I'm trying to draw arrows without looking, and it's not working out for me. But school teaches you a skill. So too many of us are too busy mastering school when we should be mastering the skills. And so every single thing that we're doing, we're too busy being bogged down by life than to master the skill that life is teaching us. And I posted something or other where it was just saying, I forgot, because I got too busy because somebody said something. It doesn't even matter. Get your hobbies back, sis. Claim your life back, sis. And if your hobby became a business and now it's a chore, it's no longer a hobby. It's a business that either you grew as far as you can grow it and now you need some more business acumen, or it might not be it. It might have been, I don't know. But anyway, I think I gave y'all something. I hope y'all got y'all's pen and paper, period. Because you going to learn today. Y'all going to learn something today. I promise. But yeah, that's all I got, sis. You gave me the arm tap. That was my tie up. We ain't ready. We ready. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we go. Keep it rolling. Finance. Let's go into finance. Faith, family, finance. Now we're going to say, where's my generational wealth? I want to know where it is. Can't nobody tell me I ain't royalty. I don't care what nobody say. If you have to conceptualize where your ancestry came from, why would you ever not be royalty? But I don't just think I'm royalty, because if I have to say I came from I came from something, I came from God. Boom. But I came from royalty, but I know I came from royalty because I don't fit in amongst everyone else. I just know I'm meant for more than what I'm experiencing. And I don't know if that's everybody's experience. Would anybody in the room do you feel you're meant for more than what you're experiencing, or you think you're experiencing exactly what you're supposed to experience? Say something.
Personally, I feel like I'm meant for more than what I experience when it comes to certain things.
Okay, can you elaborate on some of those certain things?
some certain things would be like, you know, how I'm not very consistent when I do things. So like when
You don't have to hold the mic, sis.
Oh, sorry. So when I like start businesses and stuff like that, I'm not really consistent about it. But I know like if I were more consistent, like how I've been before, then I'd probably be where I want to be. But I'm not there because I'm not consistent.
So how do you become consistent? What's the self-evaluation that needs to take place?
It's really just a mindset. It's not about like what you. It's not about what people tell you, because it's a thing that's taught in school that if consistency is key, and the more consistent you are, the higher you're gonna get more things. But it's not about what you're told. It's about how you approach it and how you think about it, because consistency can also be like put away and be used as I forgot the word for it, but it's like manifesting, but like not like the bad way of it. I forgot the word for it.
Bondage. Consistency keeps you trapped in when you're consistent, right? You're continuing to do something, whether it works or not, you're still sticking to it because you're being consistent. I don't know. All I heard was
Starts with a P.
persistence.
No, that's not.
What are we trying to identify? I went on.
When you're manifesting, like it's like manifesting but a bad way.
Yeah, when you're working towards something that you know isn't working for you.
Well, that's not. No.
You're manifesting in a bad way?
Yeah, when you're like, say you're in bed and you're like watching TV, you're like, I'm gonna get up and clean my room, but you've been saying that for the past 2 weeks.
Procrastination.
Yeah.
There we go. I was
Okay.
like, what is that word?
Okay, so so you have issues with procrastination?
Yeah.
Okay, so
And that like defeats the purpose of consistency.
Procrastination kills consistency.
Yes.
so I hear a couple of things. One, you have to understand that all these businesses that you're creating are teaching you a skill. So it's not for you to be consistent. Where's it at? To be consistent and be a slave to these different businesses. You know, you're going to outgrow the candy selling business when you see there's a higher profit margin with the flower business. You get to express your creativity, so now you're using multiple gifts within this new business. So you're attracted to these different businesses for different reasons. So you can't get stuck in the word consistency, because consistency means to continue doing something whether it's aligning with you or not. So now we're moving in discernment. You have to pick up when the season is over versus when you are quitting. Does that make sense? Am I out of time?
No, you have 2 minutes.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you have to discern whether the season's over or you're quitting. Also, are you getting high on your own supply? So are you eating your candy and that ended your business? Are you spending your money instead of reinvesting into your business, and that's what ended your business? So you have to identify why you're not able to remain consistent. Procrastination, that is something that you have to work with, but that's completely different than what's in front of us right now. Do you understand? It's multifaceted. Okay. Were you finished? What you got to do?
Are we talking about finances? Are we going to resolve her issue? Because honestly...
Did you want to jump into the issue?
Well, it's not an issue. I just feel like we can give her more of... It's multifaceted. Like, I feel like we can get more information beyond that. Because obviously we see what's happening, but she's still in the stage of, well, I just procrastinate. And it's like, well, if you know more to it, we can either add on and give her more things to look at, or we can just cut it short. I'm not sure what we're doing.
Okay, so this will be an opportunity for us to pivot. So we'll get to wealth maybe in the time we have. But what do you have to add to it? Well, what did you receive from what I said, Angel? And that will determine what needs to be reiterated or compounded upon.
I received that.
I promise the mic's going to be okay.
Okay. I received that, there's a lot of things, not only just procrastinating, that wasn't only procrastinating, that was affecting my business and my own goals.
What else do you think was getting in the way of it?
Do you need a pen and paper so you could collect your thoughts? Okay.
Was it called? I think it might have probably been like just outside influences.
Can I add that when did you start taking these businesses seriously?
I started taking them seriously. Well, honestly, most of my businesses I haven't taken seriously, but on...
It's your sister. She's
talking,
terrible.
But I'm hearing the pinpoints. You're not taking the business seriously, which is why you're running into walls. So it's kind of like as you're describing things, I hear the issue.
And you can't even eat those quote unquote failures because the business is teaching you a skill. You ain't even started a business yet. You just been playing around. So what? You can't even take those.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm teaching though. Dang, go ahead.
But we're all learning from Angel too.
Okay, but basically, what I said before is that I never really took them serious. One of my only businesses that I took serious was the flower business because I'm gonna admit this now. I haven't been doing much on social media when it comes to my current business with my candles and my products. But when I did bouquets, I took that more seriously when it came to advertising and trying to get people around me to do it. And honestly, the current business I'm doing right now, I'm not taking as serious as I have other businesses.
Mm-hmm. So each business taught you a skill. So you understand this current business is teaching you whatever it's teaching you. You know it is teaching you. That's why it's important to journal and document. This is what I learned. You're learning how to walk up to people and talk to them and sell yourself. You're starting to get in front of people more. Yes, no?
Yeah.
Okay, so now this particular business, it's no longer you hiding, being not hiding, presenting yourself from behind the screen. Now it's you coming to the forefront and actually coming in front of the people. So now you're developing a new skill, but you have to also understand that the skill from the past business does not stay with the past business. The skill moves forward. So now I have identified you're not taking this business as serious as you took the last business, but you have the aptitude to take the business seriously because you have. So now you bring that forward into this business. And so now you have a new skill. You understand? Does that make sense?
That's what I was also observing as far as when she was saying how she marketed her last business. She had more engagement, meaning what it takes to sell your business. You just have to put all of these gears together and not just working one side. It's kind of like you gotta take, when you were advertising your flowers, how did you like your post? Did you like this post outside? Did you like to post inside? Did you like to post the creation process? Or did you like to post the finished product? Did you only like to post customized orders? Or did you like to post your general? You basically want to gauge how you used to post for your other business and think about how you can apply it to the business now that you have. Because ultimately, the goal is to have multiple businesses instead of just one running at one time. So you need to be able to have a formula that you can work with multiple things.
And I agree. And a follow-up question I would ask is, do you feel a kind of way because you're starting a new business? Hey,
no. What is the kind of way to you? What is...
You said that you weren't giving it the same kind of energy that you gave your previous businesses. So, and you were like, I start, I stop, I start, I stop. You're a searcher. Nothing wrong with it. We just got to figure out, are we quitting because we've reached our point, so we need some mentors, or do we quit because we're quitters? So you just need mentorship. And as I've been giving you new information, because I have excellent mentors through Primerica, join my team, but as I'm giving you mentorship, you're trying new strategies. And I believe this week at the farmers market, make sure you give people your social media handles, but I believe this week at the farmers market, you made more money than you've made in the past because you're trying new skills, because now you have mentorship. So now you have mom mentorship, but you can also start watching content around the businesses, being a salesperson, because that's what you are. Your products are beautiful, but you have to get the person in the room. And so now you're studying and you're using your time to get that information that you need. So, all right, y'all, this was our first inaugural episode of Pen and Paper, period. I thank you all for tuning in. We had a really good show. I'm proud of myself because I stayed on topic mostly. I was scared that would be a problem for me simply because I never stay on topic. But it always loops around. It's called the Lonee roller coaster. When you guys come and see me live, you'll get to experience the Lonee roller coaster where I just take it all the way around. But I'm healing everybody in my earshot, so it's all good. You can find me on social media. LoneeLifestyle.com is the hub. Ultimately, that's where you're only going to be able to find me. So definitely internalize that, LoneeLifestyle.com. But you can find all my social medias linked through there. You can purchase my book, What's the Best That Can Happen. Purchase it through my website so that I can get credit for it. I have another book that you'll find on my website. All my social medias as the apple turns. I'm really working to get everything into just one space because I'm finally, as we were speaking to Angel, I'm finally taking this business seriously. I finally have a business, this pen and paper period, I'm really excited about. I'm feeling extra professional. So I'm really going to do the work in order to be in the rooms that I desire to be in. I'm done playing. But I haven't been playing, I've been learning, because every single business has taught me a skill. So I don't feel any kind of way I used to. I posted a long time ago, I have 6 business cards. 6 failures. No, those were 6 times that I had to believe in myself. So I leave you guys with the belief that you can believe in yourself and you can push yourself to your highest excellence of self. Get yourself surrounded by some good women, some good tribes, some good leadership. I'm building the Sister Support Network. I'm here. Be easy. Thank you, ladies.
Yes, thank you.
Oop, that wasn't smart. Yay! That went very well.
Good job. And I feel like we got something to talk about in the car.
Yeah, I think we did something. What you think, Aisha?
For sure. 3 people was on the whole time?
Yay, so I maintained an audience.
Yes. And they were people who were engaged.
Yeah.
Okay. Woo-hoo. Thank you so much.
Yes.
That's all I was about, is making sure. Shahara messaged you too on Facebook, so
Okay.
just so you know that. I didn't want to open the message.
Okay.
But she did.
Okay.
So yeah, all I have to do is I can get this downloaded and go through here. She'll give me an option to have it on the back end. So.
All right, and then I'll just chat GPT on how to upload it to the different platforms.
Or if you do Opus, you'll clip it out and clip it. Opus will clip it out and will give you the ability to log into all your different platforms to upload it to all your different platforms.
Okay, cool.
It's so smart that they have apps that do that.
The full thing or just the clips?
Opus, you'll take the whole video
Yeah.
and drop it in there. And Opus will chop your video for you.
Yeah, I got that part, but where do I post the whole podcast?
When I send it to you,
Yeah.
the whole thing,
Yeah.
this right here,
Yeah.
it's already on Facebook. The replay is already available on Facebook for people that want to go watch it.
Okay.
But when I send it to you, that's when you'll be able to upload it to
YouTube.
YouTube.
Oh, I got it.
And then you'll have to upload it directly to Spotify also, your Spotify
Okay.
for Podcasters
Okay.
account. So that way it goes on there. So that way Spotify and Apple Podcasts people can hear it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are those supposed to be linked somehow?
No, they're not gonna automatically link. You're gonna have
Okay.
to manually upload to Spotify.
Okay, cool. Okay, I set those up. All right, I think that's it. Yay, go me, I'm proud of me.
Yeah, so you'll have your couple episodes, your segments and stuff like that. But you did good.
Thank you. I want to get in here way more often than once a month.
You will.
Yeah, in Jesus' name. And I really liked you too. And you don't have to be a full part of the show, but I do think I like the element of us because that shows generations. And now we'll get 12-year-old demographic. Now we'll get 19-year-old demographic. And then that'll also help you guys. Like, we didn't get your business on there, but...
Eventually. Well, the thing is that we obviously got to get more organized.
Thank you, Mr. Damon.
Thank you.
Yes, I appreciate the opportunity. I did. Now I know what you be back here feeling. I was like, oh, this what he be feeling. Yes. You guys want to, will you take a picture of us in front of the backdrop?
Yeah.
Thank you. Hey, little mama.